Well, this is the repair that has to be done. Now, we're leaving for a little bit here, so I want to make sure this has been totally done. Let's go look at the damage that I have. Like I said, this is a stress point. It's not a front end problem in terms of the separation. They call it front end separation. I don't have this problem here often, but it does happen. Is because of the roads that we were on. As you can see, all the screws in here, you see all those screws, those are actually coming from inside, so those are not going to be affected, but there is a few of them. There's some rivets in here. Let me see if I can get the rivets. You can see the rivets right here that popped out. I'm going to have to put those back in. Those are pretty big. I don't know what they are, but I'm going to fix this. Now you're gonna have to lift this thing up. This is the battery box to get to these, and then I'm going to secure this. This is the adhere. This is the stuff I was showing, or the ad seal. This is the stuff that I was showing you. You're going to put on top, and probably use your finger to do that. But let's take this thing off so it looks like it's supposed to look. I'm going to try to walk you through this so you can see, because I got to take this off. This is the trim right here that I was showing you. This is the rail, I guess they call it certain names. As you can see, I do not have a storage right here. A lot of the complaints of the front end separation was because of the buckling. I don't have that. This just happened because of the road condition. So let's go ahead and work on this. Let me go get, I have to get a canopy, and I have to get my little cooler to cool me. It's going to get probably down to up to 110 plus today, so hopefully it won't take me this long. Well, looks like we got to get this repaired. I'll go ahead and show you what you're going to need to get to repair this, and I think it can be done. Let's take a look, and hopefully we can get this done, and shouldn't take too long. But I will start off by showing some of the items that we need. So let's go ahead and take a peek. So some of the things you're going to need to do this work, which we'll show you in a minute. Of course, you need to get replacement trim, and you get this from Airstream or whoever you buy your trimming from, but it's not as expensive as you think. This is the only stuff you can get this over at Airstream. This is called Ad Seal, and this is what you use. This color happens to be aluminum gray, and it's a sealant that you put. I'm going to put it on the screws that are going to go into the side of the, or in front of the unit. Then you have different type of rivets. This is similar to the Olympic rivet. I probably am not going to use this. This one right here is the 1/8 inch, which you use inside. And you can make your own holes to do that, but you have to get this rubber well back together. And it's going to happen again. It's just a stress point. So just remember, you need to have this. This really works well, but it's only sold at one place, and that's at Airstream. And we're going to go ahead and show you this repair, and hopefully you'll be able to learn from this. I'm not a person that does this work all the time, so please just remember that this is on your own, and I have to give that in the video to let you know that I'm not a professional doing this. As a matter of fact, I've never done this, so this is going to be fun. So now that I've taken the tanks off, and I have the canopy up, you're going to have to do this when you're working where there's a lot of heat, because I'm telling you, we're going to get nailed. I also have separators here where I can put like a curtain down. They're little connectors, so that way we don't get overheated. And then I'm also going to bring out my little cooler that I have. So let's go down here and take a look at this. So as you can see, if you look down here, there's a couple holes down here. Let me see if I can point it out. Here and here, where they said I can get into and take the screws off. The problem I'm gonna have is getting this thing here off. And so I gotta take this strip off. I wanna try to save the strip, but I don't think I can because this baby's in the way. And as you can see, she's welded on. I'm sorry, she's riveted in right here. So I don't want to remove this, but I think I can repair this. So we're gonna give it a try. And let's just see if I can take this thing off. I know they told me I can go ahead and cut this. So I'm gonna try to cut this, but first I'm gonna try to push this in. So let's see if I can do all that. Now the reason I bought the trim is that you can see is this right here. The reason I bought this is because I'm thinking the battle of attack is I don't have any room to work here. This will not come off. It's welded in there. As you can see, it has the welds right here. Now, of course, if that was off, it'd be an easy fix. I cannot reuse that trim. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna open the rock cover here. And when I open this thing up, I'll move this over there. I'm gonna cut the trim behind this thing right about here on the other side. Then I'll just pull it up slowly. Then I'll be able to get to those screws and push it in there. So I'll get some more screws, probably put some more holes. I'll be checking everything out. I am not going to cut this rail. If you're asking that question, no. I'm gonna cut it here so you can't see the cut behind this thing. So behind this thing, you'll see this continue, and that's where I'm gonna cut it. That's the only way to do it, but you're gonna have to buy that trim. You can try to save it, but it's not, it's kind of like you gotta use acetone to clean it before you apply the new stuff, just to get it so it's really, dry and ready to secure. This right here, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off, and I gotta do one side at a time. Once you get one side done, you'll be able to do the rest. So let's go and start taking a peek at this. So this right here is an 11. So you're gonna need an 11 millimeter to take this off. And just take your time. I always like to loosen everything up first, so that way I know that they've all been loosened and I don't have any tightness on any of these. So I got about 3 or 4 turns on here. As you can see, I haven't moved this thing back yet, which I will in a second. Okay, now this is gonna open up pretty big, but you're gonna have to cut that down here. So let's take care of that here real quick. If there's one thing I know is trying to work on your baby. So I'm gonna leave this on. Let's take a peek what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take this right here and start peeling it off. As you can see, see this right here? That's just a screw. That's all this is right here. So let's go ahead and peel some more of this off. Now you're going to clean this with acetone before you put the new one on. Can you reuse this? Well, you can try, but I wouldn't. Just, it's only $5 a foot, man. Just go get 6 foot, and then you can just piece it in there. So we got to get this thing off. So let's figure this out. You're going to replace it, so let's just go ahead and put this on the other side. Okay. Just take your finger and rub the stuff off. You're going to take it off eventually, little by little. This rail you want to save, so that's why I have this little pick thing here, and it's just a flat head. So let's go on the other side here. See if I can just, hope you guys can see this better. So as you can see, there's a little bit right here, which we're just going to take off. It's just a throwaway. You don't have to worry about it. You're just going to clean it later on. Take your time doing this. This was a rivet that didn't make it. This is a screw here. So we got to get this thing off. So you're going to have to use your pick now. Let me see what I can do here. I think I'm going to have to come in from this side, because once this goes in here, you'll be able to work with this. So let's take a peek here. Funny if there's a rivet here, and that rivet here doesn't go to anything. Isn't that funny, huh? Of course, if you had this thing, this box gone, it'd be a lot easier. But not gonna happen. You see what I'm working with here. I think the best thing to do, see if I can push it back here. As you can see, I'm pushing it back here from the bottom of this box here. As you can see right here. I don't want to hurt this. I don't want to hurt this rail at all. All I'm doing is I'm peeling off slowly and taking it off. I may have to go back and take these screws out to give me more play, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I went ahead and removed the screws, so that made it easier, as you can see. Take those out. Here's the screw that I just undid. So let me just take this out. That was in here. That was in here. So you're gonna have to loosen that up. Just go loosen the other one up too to help me, which is gonna be right here. So this is it right here. This is the screws that were in there, guys. These look like they're stainless steel too. There's a little bit of rust on here, not much, but you at least took them off. That's what you want to do. And so, like I said, there's two of these here. So far, I have one over here, and then it looks like there's nothing else holding this thing in. So when you put these back in, this should push in, but you got to get this off. So let me work on that. Okay, now here's the secret. You take your screwdriver and you slide it back here like I did right here. Let me show you what's the other side. And you slide it back here. You see how it's starting to come off? And then you do the opposite side. Slowly, guys. Don't rush this. As you can see, it's starting to come off. And just turn your screwdriver, your flat nose, a little bit at a time, because you're gonna have to get this all off, okay? And I put this other one back here to kind of hold it in. Now let's go ahead and get my other camera here. So as I figured, with both rock guards off, okay, you can see where I peeled it right here. I did the same procedure. I took the three nuts off here. Same thing over here. Now they're hanging out. You can see pretty much everything back here. You can see where they did the repair. The strip right here. And if I come over here and I pull this, you'll see this all starting to separate. But I will put this all back with probably new rivets. But I got to get this off. So let me take a... Okay, the repair is as well as you can do it. I cleaned it the best I could. It's going to be very hard to get behind this box, but do the best you can. Go ahead and cut your piece that you need, one piece. Take your sealant afterwards and put it on here. After you put the sealant on here, the sealant that I was showing you here, I'll show you a picture again. Anyway, right here, you're going to put your sealant, and then I think it takes, if I remember correctly, 3 cure. And then you want to make sure that you have enough on there. You can use, I don't know, you can just probably use a putty knife to put it on there. You don't want to go crazy, but as you saw at the very beginning what it looked like to what it looks like now, it's all because these screws have been put in. And you're going to have to find the screws, because I mean, this is going to happen again, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to happen again, because it's the streets. It's not a front end separation. There is nothing here at all to create that. This is just loose rail that has to be repaired. I did it. I know how to do it. Now you know how to do it. Give me a holler to ask any other questions, and I'll show you the finished product when I get down here in a second. So as you can see, it's coming together. This little crack here, it's not going to matter. You're going to put the seal on here. I found a hole where the screw was not in. Right here, there wasn't a screw in there, so I found it goes in here. But look how loose these are. See that? So you're going to use your seal to fit in there. Do you see how loose this is right here? You can technically put a rivet right here if you wish, here and here, and put a new rivet. That's if you want. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to go look for some bigger screws. This is not you're going to see it all the time, but you want to be careful to only use, you see the separation right here? You see how I have it together? To take that screw off, how do I do it? You can go right behind here. Do you see this right here? And all I did was I tighten it up. You can see how it's starting to tighten up. You can even do, you see how it tightened up? Now when you put the new thing here, take this off as much as you can, this old sticky stuff on here, and then you should be okay. And then the repair is done. But I don't know, I'm thinking about if I should put rivets in there. I'm still contemplating that, or put bigger screws. I don't know. Let me figure it out. So after you match the new trim with what you took off, you before you put everything on, make sure you clean it like we said with the acetone. That's my next step. And then put a piece of tape over this end here, so that way you know you're going to have a correct fitness. Now don't forget, you're going to peel the bottom off first. Don't peel the blue stuff off yet. That's the last thing you do. But you're going to put everything back on. It's going to stick nice and firm. Take your knuckle or whatever you want to use and push in there very hard. After you do that, then you can take the blue strip off, and then you put your ad seal on here, and you're done. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put the acetone on here and let it dry, or just help it dry with another work rag here, and then slowly getting it done. Okay, so with the help of somebody in this situation, my wife of 42 years.
Oh my goodness.
What she suggested is the acetone wash, which she just washed with a towel. First of all, leave the blue strip on. As you take the red strip that's behind this off, you do it 2 inches at a time and flatten as you go. As you can see, I have a little bit of lift right here. That's because the screws in there are big. That's why they only want you to use the flat screws or rivets. But it's okay, because this is going to happen again, like I said. So now what we're going to do, let's go over here and I can show you, is we put the seal on here, and you take a paper towel, as you can see we have tons of them here, and just rub it like you're rubbing the finger with the
add seal.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the stuff we used here.
You have to get it through Airstream.
And yeah, you have to get it through Airstream. So now that we have this done, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to peel the blue off, and the seal right here is going to seal by itself in 15 to 20 minutes. I thought it was an hour or 3 hours. It's 15 to 20 minutes. It'll start getting tacky. So we're going to go ahead and peel this off. Margaret, you want to go over here and start peeling the blue off?
Well, you start it and then hand it to me.
Okay, here, hold on to this.
Okay.
There you go. You got it?
It's coming through. Yep.
Let me see the camera. Okay, I got it.
A lot of time. You have to, yeah, pull down.
You gotta, don't pull all at one, you know, do like 4 inches at a time, especially behind this box. As you can see, it's a little bit out right here. That's okay, don't worry about that. The job is done. Margaret did too much.
You could put a little sealant right there, don't you think?
No, yeah, just leave it alone. So all in all, the total of the job was around $60 because of the, well, we had to, you may want to get some blue tape, which is, we didn't need any, but that's just to hold the ends. You didn't have to hold it. I just started off one end and took off the red tape and then pushed it in, then slowly brought the red tape behind it in the back, 2 inches at a time. So this is the completed job right here. I think it looks okay. What do you think?
This looks like a
Yeah, I don't know what they did there.
rivet.
It's a Bondo job. Anyway, so this is done. Thanks you guys for watching. Thanks to my wife for coming out here and saving me. So we'll see you again. Silver Dog out.